Hi everyone, welcome to Relatively Refined. My name is Patty. Hey everyone, not sure you can see outside here, but it's snowing. So I thought it might be fun today to do a little indoor planting. What do you think? I have a centerpiece idea in mind. Planting small heads of lettuce in clay pots. I thought that would be such a pretty spring table centerpiece. Would be great for Easter, but I don't think I have time for that. So I thought I would just plant them and see what happens. I need to start them anyway. So once again, I think it would be a fun project to do on a cold and snowy spring day. Now, I'm going to be probably too late to have heads of lettuce for Easter, possibly, but it doesn't matter. It would be a really cute spring tabletop item. You can also tuck it into a flower arrangement. There's all kinds of things you can do with little heads of lettuce that I thought would be really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and start them today in a couple different ways. I'm going to start them in these seed trays. Now, I bought 2 packages at Gardener Supply. They didn't have exactly what I was looking for, but I did get a little butter crunch, which is a little head lettuce. I say little, this is just a regular size, but it's a head. And it is, butter crunch is on the smaller side. And then I did get a baby romaine. So I believe this will grow into a head, more compact type of head, taller but on the smaller scale because it's baby. So I think either of these will work. Now this one, the butter crunch, is kind of what I envisioned in my mind. I'm sort of envisioning like Mr. McGregor's garden and Peter Rabbit and the lettuce. I don't know why I go there, but I did. And that's kind of the look that I'm going for, is that Mr. McGregor's garden, Beatrix Potter look to it. So I'm going to try both of these, and I'm going to try them a couple different ways. So I'm going to plant some, I have 12 cells, so I'm going to plant 6 cells of each type of lettuce. And then if I have some leftover potting mix or whatever, I'm going to plant a couple, actually, I am going to plant a couple of terracotta pots directly with these, so I can sort of see what works. I have a backup plan. If the terracotta pots don't work, then I can transplant them from here. I'm just kind of throwing everything at it to see what happens. Now, lettuce is a cold season crop. Your best bet is really to direct sow, excuse me, into your garden. I am not a great direct sow person because I like those like little organized rows of plants. I love a fresh planting where you can see what's coming up and you don't have to thin it. So I do buy packs like this of lettuce and plant them that way. I also really like head lettuce better than leaf lettuce. And so I just find that it makes more sense to buy those as seedlings that are ready to plant versus direct sow from seeds, if that makes sense. So anyway, let's get started. I can talk a little bit about the seeds and the planting process as we do it, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm just starting with some seed starter mix here. I'm going to add some water. I am wearing some food safe gloves just because I don't like, I do like digging in the dirt, but for a video, I don't know that you want to see my dirty hands. So I'm just going to do this and just kind of stir it around. The seed starter mix is very loamy, very light. And so, it smells really good. So it's nice to wet it and kind of form like a more compact soil. So I just kind of work it in with my hands. And what you're looking for is the consistency where it holds together, but it doesn't drip when you squeeze it. So it just kind of like holds together in your hands. And I think I have pretty much achieved that here. And I'm just going to fill them with seeds, with the seed starter mix right up to the top. Lettuce seeds like light. They don't like heat, but they like light. So I'm not going to bury these very far down. I'm basically sprinkling them on the top and then covering them with a light dusting of the soil. I'm going to put about 2 to 3 seeds in each cell, and I'm just poking a little hole in the middle like that. I think you only want them about 1/8 of an inch down, so just making a little dent in there for that. I also did pre-make these labels. So I have my butter crunch, and it's all crossed out because, again, I'm reusing things. And then my romaine, my baby romaine, will be over here. And, you know, these seeds, what I like to do is actually put the date on them, and I'll reuse them from year to year. So I'm going to put 2025 down here. I'll put it on both of them. 2025. And then I know. And this is totally optional, but I like to coat the top with some vermiculite. This will help to hold the moisture in the soil so your seeds have a better chance of germinating. Okay, and then for watering, I'm just using a spray bottle. Give it a good soaking. The soil is already moist, so we're good there. And you can put water in this tray so they can get some bottom watering too, which is another good thing. Now, you of course want to keep these seeds, they need to be moist to germinate. And then I'm going to put a humidity dome on the top. And this is going to go under my grow light. Oops. And since I have some soil left, I'm going to go ahead and pot up some clay pots. All right, so anyway, I potted up 3 terracotta pots. And I only used the butter crunch in the terracotta pots for a couple reasons. One, main reason is it has a much shorter germination period, so it should come up faster. And that may be it. Yeah, that may be it. So I figured, and then they're all the same, which if it all goes as planned and these come up beautifully, then they'll all look somewhat uniform. And the baby romaine, as you know, I put in the cells. So I potted the terracotta pots much the same as I did the starters, except I used potting soil for the bulk of it, just because that would be a lot of seed starter. And then maybe the top third, I did the seed starter, put my seeds in, covered them with vermiculite, and watered them down. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to cover them with some saran wrap because I don't have humidity domes that are tall enough to fit these. I did want to show you, I picked up some saucers to go with the clay pots. And I have two different sizes. I thought I had this one at home and I bought two more thinking they were the same size and they were not. So I need to go back and get, I like the smaller size. But I just wanted as an FYI to let you know that when you buy terracotta saucers, try if you can, if it's in your budget or if it's in your store, to find the ones that have the seal on them. So they will actually, they've been treated, they will actually prevent the water from seeping through. I mean, as you know, terracotta is porous, right? So the water will move through it. So if you don't have it with this sealant on it, you know, you can, your pots can leak onto your furniture and things like that. And by the way, these make great coasters. So if you make sure you buy the kind that are sealed. Now, if I'm using them in my house and they're on my furniture, I would probably want to get some kind of like felt feet or something to put on the bottom. But if you have like my sister Kathleen has that beautiful screened-in porch, and I think the furniture she has out there is largely indoor-outdoor furniture. She doesn't have to be quite as careful, or maybe even, you know, glass top surfaces. Then these little these little saucers make great coasters. And here's like a little larger size, and here's the smaller size. I'll get a glass so I can sort of show you what I mean. Okay, so you know, if you have your iced tea or your glass of whatever, it just fits perfectly on these. And if you're having like a little garden themed dinner or luncheon, what a cute coaster. So not only are they great for your plants, but if you have extra ones laying around and they have that waterproof seal on them, these will make great coasters. Again, I still would probably not use it on my nice furniture without feet and checking it out. But yeah, so there's just a little ways to use things that you may have around the house already. So anyway, I'm going to go put some saran wrap on these. As I said before, lettuce seeds they like light, but not heat. So these will go down in the basement where it is cool and near the grow lights, so they can get some light and not the heat from the lights. Don't give off much heat anyway, and it is pretty cool down there. So I think they'll be just fine, but we'll see. It says germination in 5 to 10 days. Who knows? So check back and we'll see how we're doing. So let's check on our seeds. This is the lettuce that we started literally 3 days ago. Look at it. I'm sorry about the lighting. This is my makeshift greenhouse grow light. This is my basil, which is very sad looking. I've got some dahlias here. The other lettuce, I'll check and see if it's starting. I left that covered because it hadn't quite come up, but this one's doing great. And then let me just pull off the humidity dome. These, oh my goodness. Okay. So let's put this here for now. The butter crunch is this. So this is ready to be off the humidity dome. Holy moly, does that germinate quickly. And then back here is the baby romaine. And that's a little bit behind, but I think I've got growth in all the cells. I don't know about this one. Yep, I've got growth in all the cells. So I'm going to remove the humidity dome totally on that. And yeah, so this is for our spring centerpiece, which is going to be lettuce. And I'm going to get it a little bit taller, and then I'm going to start thinning. But I can't get over this butter crunch. Isn't that look great? So I started to thin these, and you can see I started pulling them out, but look how long the roots are, even on these little tiny starts. I don't know if you can see that, but like, look how long. So I think I'm just going to wait and let them get a little bit taller, and then I'm just going to cut some of them so that there's one or possibly two, but probably one per cell. But I need them to get a little bit higher so I can cut them off. But I just was not anticipating. See, if you pull them out with these kind of roots,
they can get tangled. So I'm going to just let them get a little bit taller before I go ahead and thin them. And then I'll just thin them with snippers at the base. Okay, sorry, that was not the last update. I took the plastic wrap off of the other two Butter Crunch starters, and there is some nice little seeds coming up. So I'm gonna leave these off, and I just need to make sure they stay moist because yeah, they need to be, they will dry out now that the humidity dome or the plastic wrap is off them. So I just need to make sure they have plenty of water.
All right, I have just a few things that I wanted to share with you that I have thrifted. Last week I had to do some errands, and I went to the Goodwill in Williston, Vermont. Always hit or miss there, but I must have hit it just right because they actually had quite a bit, and typically that is not the case there. I have found some wonderful things, but there is not much to pick from, and there was quite a decent selection when I went. And they also have, I don't know if this is new or I just didn't notice it before, they've always had a color of the week, which is 50% off. But now they have two colors. One is 50% off and one is 75% off. So I thought that was kind of nice. And I did keep that in mind while I was shopping. And so I only picked up a handful of things, but I'm pretty pleased with what I got. So I'll start with what I got from there. This you can see, this is a very basic item. You probably all have these. You've seen them in your thrift stores. They are not hard to find. It is just a very basic, generic flower vase. But this one is really, you cannot see it on screen, but it is really, really thick, really thick. And I am not sure why. I don't know if it's an older one. You know, but it is thicker. And these are just great. It'll be getting into cut flower season before you know it. And I love to have a vase of fresh cut flowers. I have some beautiful vases. I have a Waterford vase and just some beautiful, but sometimes I just want a nice simple vase to accent a nice round table. And this one's got good scale. It's nice and big and heavy and thick, so it's less likely to be knocked over or blown over. Some of the ones that are florist grade are really thin. If your flowers are top heavy, they can flop over. So I think everybody needs to have just a good staple, basic clear glass vase that they don't mind if something happens to it, and it can accommodate a nice big bouquet. This was $3 and it was yellow, so it was 75% off. So 75 cents. I figured that is perfect. And this will be ready for when the cut flowers come out. The other thing I picked up, which was not marked down, but it was $1. So here is a close-up look at that adorable vintage, is it a coupe glass or a sherbet glass? I'm not sure, but it has this really pretty ruby red trim. And I think this pattern is called King's Crown. It is from the Indiana Glass Company, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it is. It's got this nice thumbprint design on it and that pretty ruby red trim. So yeah, I think it's really cute. I hope I find another one. I have a nice cute little pair. This is the only piece I own. I'd love to find another one so I could have a set out. You could put a tea light in it. You could put, you know, just have it as a little pop of red for your holiday table. I think they're adorable. But I think a couple of these in a hutch or on a table or on a side table could be really cute. And this one was in such good shape, I just couldn't leave it there. And I love the little footed base. I love the stout shape, and I think that will be really cute for the holidays. I also picked up a set of these lovely cork-backed placemats. Gosh, the ring light is going to glare everywhere. And I love these. I'm not sure if these are Pimpernel for certain, but that is the Pimpernel style. And they are, they're all the same. There's 6 of them. And they are of Carlisle Cathedral in England. So I'll just show you the image on here. Now these are small. They are roughly, they're not like a full size placemat. They are roughly the size of like a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So I'm guessing these are maybe 8 by 12s. And so in my opinion, not so suitable for dining, but well, let me go back to the beginning. So this set of placemats has been at this particular Goodwill for a very long time. They catch my eye every time I go, but they were marked $10 and they're small. They're all the same. And, I just didn't feel like I wanted to spend $10 on them. There are certain ones where that is an absolute steal, but I didn't think it was the greatest. They're not in pristine condition. They have some staining. The backs actually look pretty good, but, just not, in my opinion, $10 worth. Well, so I just kept my eye on them. Well, when I was in there the other day, they have the gray sticker on them, so that's half price, and they were marked $4 for all of them. So I actually paid $2 for the set of 6. And while I don't need them and I won't use them for placemats, this particular size, this smaller size, works fabulous for under plants, for kind of like a large coaster. And I like to keep these on my bedside table. So in my bedroom, my bedside table is actually a writer's desk that belonged to my mother-in-law. And I have pulled it down and I use the desk part, the writing part, for all my nightly things. So if I have a glass of water, you want to obviously put a coaster under it. Well, a coaster is great, but it only holds, 1 drink. Well, sometimes I have, like in the morning, sometimes have my coffee in bed and my water. Sometimes I'll have a cup of tea. Sometimes I just have things on there that I don't necessarily want on that wood. So a placemat this size, like a luncheon size placemat, is perfect. I think these are very handy as sort of an oversized coaster. And I think that's one of the beauties of this particular size. So these will definitely be put to use. I love a corkback placemat. I think they are fabulous. And a set of 6 for $2 of this beautiful English cathedral. I think that is a great find. The next 2 items are a little bit bigger. I'm going to attempt to show you, but I'm probably going to have to take you off the tripod if I'm being honest. I picked up a set of these prints for my bedroom. My bedroom is done in grays and blues. The walls are white, the accents are in grays and blues, and I just bought a new comforter duvet cover from Pottery Barn that is blue and white. So my bathroom is painted navy and it's en suite, so you can see it from the bedroom. Walls are white, comforter's blue and white. So I'm kind of running with that color scheme. I find it very soothing and lovely. Well, I found these prints. There's a set of 2. I'll just show you one. There's obviously going to be glare, but they are botanical prints. They are professionally matted and framed. Maybe try this side. I don't. There's no. Okay, here are the prints. Still getting glare, of course, but you get the idea. So these are beautiful botanical prints. I love this one with the pine cone. But what sold me on these was this gorgeous blue matting. The frames I'm less enamored with. I do really like the two-tone design of them, where it is wood on the interior, but the gold on the middle or exterior part of the frame,
I just don't like. It's got kind of a mottled look, hard to see on camera, but it is almost like a sponge paint effect. So I think with some rub and buff, I can even that out because I do like how there's wood on the inside and wood on the very outside and just the gold detailing in between. So I think I can remedy that.
This one's my favorite with that pine cone. And you know, it has that botanical, almost like from a sketchbook of botanical prints. I love it. And you know, while I don't love the frame, that's an easy fix and a fun project to take care of. I can't wait to get these. Repainted or at least rub and buffed and put on my walls.
Okay, it is so bright. Look at this. I actually am drying out some soil because I got it a little too wet. Let me move that over so you can see what I'm dealing with. The robins are having a field day out here. But like, look at the sky. We just had snow. So, okay. This is just the way it rolls here. And that, my friends, is all I have for you today. I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to our channel. And if you subscribe, you might want to hit that notification bell. That will let you know when a new Relatively Refined video is released. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.